Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of News Dose, where we give you all of the latest gaming news, and it's finally happening. Nintendo has officially announced a brand new Nintendo Direct. Yes, this is the real thing. When I first saw this earlier today, I had to double check it just to make sure it wasn't some troll account putting up another fake Nintendo Direct date, but thankfully, this is real. We've waited for nearly a year and a half, but Nintendo is finally breaking the silence with a huge Direct, and it's coming tomorrow. Now, we're going to talk all about this today and what we should expect after all this anticipation has built up. We've been waiting far too long, and I know fans are incredibly excited about this. So the anticipation for this Direct is absolutely through the roof, and understandably so. And because of that, we're going to talk about Nintendo Direct right away. Now, we also got some Xbox Game Pass news today with some really good games coming to Game Pass during the second half of September, so make sure to stay tuned for that as well and all the other news. But with that said, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Let's get right into the Nintendo news. Nintendo has officially unveiled a full Nintendo Direct, which will take place tomorrow on February 17th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time or 2 p.m. Pacific Standard. Yeah, this is a little later in the day if you're in the East Coast, which I wish it was earlier, but because the timing, I might be more than a little late for tomorrow's News Dose, as I'm obviously going to want to cover this. I'm actually very excited about this Direct because I think they might have some exciting surprises. This Nintendo Direct will be a grand total of 50 minutes long. Yeah, this is a long event compared to what we've been seeing over the last year and a half. We've seen Nintendo pack a lot of announcements into 15 to 20 minute Directs, but here we have 50 minutes, so expect a lot of news here. That's the question though, what should we expect? Well, Nintendo has given some direction here and has narrowed it down to showing what's to come through the first half of 2021, and they also mentioned Smash Bros. In specific. And I think right away getting a reveal for the next Smash Bros. Character makes a lot of sense, though as to who this character could be, I don't really know. Nintendo has a way of surprising fans, sometimes in the best way possible, while others it can be a little head-scratching to say the least. Hopefully here it will be in the best way possible. Sephiroth was a huge announcement a few months ago, and it'll be hard following that up and everything, but there are some characters I would really like to see in Smash. Crash Bandicoot to me makes perfect sense. This was a big rival to Mario back during the PlayStation 1 era, and to see Crash come to Smash Bros. Would be a lot of fun for older fans and younger fans alike. We also have Crash Bandicoot 4 coming to the Switch on March 12th, so the timing of this would fit as well. Or for that matter, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they do show some gameplay of Crash 4 at this event, and that's something else I think we should expect. They do mention focusing on the first half of 2021, and there's already some big games coming in the next few months. This includes Bravely Default 2, which I absolutely believe will be at this event. Then you have Monster Hunter Rise, which is a massive upcoming Switch game, Neo The World Ends With You is coming soon, and the upcoming new Pokemon Snap. Now, I am a little hesitant on predicting new Pokemon Snap being at this specific event. I think it could be, but there are some rumors of a Pokemon Direct taking place next week. After all, Pokemon Day is on February 27th, and if rumors are to be believed, there are going to be several big Pokemon reveals. There, of course, is the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake, and possibly a Detective Pikachu sequel. So if a Pokemon Direct happens next week as rumored, then they might hold Pokemon announcements until then. I wouldn't be surprised if Pokemon does show up tomorrow, but I'm not going to hold my breath is all I'm saying. However, we could see some big surprises here, and Nintendo might tease some games for the second half of 2021. We have seen Nintendo do that in the past, and that's where things get really exciting. Nintendo has 4 different key anniversaries in 2021. You have the Zelda 35th anniversary, Metroid's 35th, Pokemon's 25th, as I alluded to earlier, and then you also have Donkey Kong's 40th. Now, I haven't heard anything about a new Donkey Kong game, but there are several rumors around both Zelda and Metroid. Skyward Sword, Wind Waker HD, and Phantom Hourglass are all rumored to be coming to the Switch. That doesn't necessarily mean that they will absolutely come to the Switch, but I do think that there is a chance of some of these happening, and maybe even other Zelda games as well. We saw what Nintendo did last year for Mario's 35th anniversary, and I think Zelda will get a similar treatment. They can even cap off the year with Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. We could see some gameplay of that as early as tomorrow, so really hoping for something like that. Metroid, though, is really interesting. We know for a fact that they are working on Metroid Prime 4, but that's not going to release in 2021. It's probably still a few years away, but there are some rumors of a new 2D Metroid, and I think we already know the developer that's working on this game. Mercury Steam, the same developer that made Samus Returns for the 3DS. I do firmly believe that they're working on a new 2D Metroid for the Switch, and it will release this year. Now, will it be a remake like they did with the 3DS or a completely new game? That still remains to be seen. Last year, the rumor was that it will be Metroid Fusion 2, but we'll see on that. I think it would also be cool to see Nintendo do a Metroid Prime Trilogy remaster for the Switch. I know they did that for the Nintendo Wii, but I would like to see them bring that over to the Switch leading up to Metroid Prime 4. Outside of Zelda and Metroid, though, I think we could see some surprises that a lot of people aren't expecting. Maybe we could see something like Pikmin 4. If I'm remembering this correctly, Miyamoto himself revealed that they were working on Pikmin 4 way back in 2015, but unfortunately later on it did get put on a back burner. I don't think that Hey Pikmin for the 3DS was the game that they were talking about, and considering they just released Pikmin 3 Deluxe for the Switch, they could now show the next Pikmin. That would be a really cool surprise. We've also been hearing a lot about a new Resident Evil game for the Switch. The well-respected insider Dusk Golem says that a timed exclusive Resident Evil is planned for 2020 or early 2021. It was originally supposed to be Revelations 3, though it looks like the name might have changed, and yes, it is using the Resident Evil engine. As we're seeing with Monster Hunter Rise, that engine does look fantastic on the Switch. There's also Bayonetta 3 that we haven't seen for what feels like years, and there was some new game ratings that went up a few days ago that could hint at some of what you should expect, such as Ace Attorney and Tales from the Borderlands. So yeah, there could be a lot of games here, and I'm super excited to see what we've been waiting for nearly a year and a half. Let me know some of your predictions on what you think will be at this Nintendo Direct in the comments below, and what's one dream game that you would like to see Nintendo announce here. Let's move on though, because we do have some other things to talk about too, such as Xbox Game Pass. Xbox always splits up their Xbox Game Pass announcements into the first half of the month and then the second half, and once again, the second half of February is another strong lineup of games. So let's take a look and check out what we have to look forward to. You have Elite Dangerous, Killer Queen Black, Pillars of Eternity 2, Wreckfest, Dirt 5, Superhot, Mind Control Delete, and then Code Vein, which is coming to PC. Now, this is a sneaky good lineup for both the PC and console. If you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber on PC, Code Vein and Superhot are both really good games. It seems like Code Vein is a little lesser known, but this is like an anime version of Dark Souls. It is different, but it's got a good story, it's a lot of fun, and it's also got cooperative gameplay. The big ones for console, though, is Elite Dangerous, Pillars of Eternity 2, and Dirt 5. I mean, Dirt 5 was an Xbox Series launch title. This released only a few short months ago, and if you like racing games, or if you're looking to play Xbox Series optimized games, then Dirt 5 is definitely a game worth checking out. One thing that had fans excited about Dirt 5 when it came out was that it has a 120Hz game mode where you can play it at 120 frames per second. So if you have a capable TV, go check out Dirt 5. Pillars of Eternity 2, though, is one that you absolutely should not sleep on. The Pillars of Eternity franchise is some of the best RPGs to release within the last decade. I know these type of games are a little bit more niche and everything, but you should definitely give this game a try. These are developed by Obsidian Entertainment, which of course Xbox has now acquired. In fact, their upcoming game by the name of Avowed takes place in the same universe as Pillars of Eternity. I believe Avowed might technically be a prequel in first-person view, similar to something like, let's say, Skyrim. Yeah, I'm incredibly excited about Avowed, but either way, there's a lot to look forward to here with Xbox Game Pass. They just continue to bring great games over, and I just love Xbox Game Pass. Now, they also announced that they're adding touch controls to 7 more games, including Portal Bridge Constructor, Mork Red, Neoverse, Nowhere Prophet, Spiritfarer, The Little Acre, and Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. This is a nice addition for fans who play on Android devices, and Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair and Spiritfarer are must-play games. I can't stress this enough, but these are fantastic games. On to our next topic, though. Ubisoft decided to change the name of Rainbow Six Quarantine. They revealed this game quite a long time ago, but it's been relatively quiet since its initial reveal. A lot of fans have been wondering what's up with this game, and I've even seen some concern it could have been canceled, but No worries, it's still in development and they gave it a new placeholder name, Rainbow Six Parasite. This isn't the final name or anything like that, but they actually changed it because of what the world has been going through over the last 12 months. I never really thought about that, but quarantine probably wasn't the best name after much of the world has been quarantined over the last year. However, Ubisoft remains committed that Rainbow Six Parasite will release sometime in 2021. This game still is somewhat of a mystery, but after the success with Siege, this game could potentially be a huge release in 2021, and I would expect excitement to go up when they start to show this game a little more. As of this moment, we do know that it's a 3-player tactical co-op game, but I'm definitely interested to see some more about Rainbow Six Parasite. Now, I also got some good news for the PlayStation 5. We've been following the situation closely since the release of the PS5, and that's the ongoing issue of scalpers and fans trying to grab a new console. It's definitely been difficult for a lot of people, but it does appear things are getting slightly better. PS5 box sales have surged over in the UK after a recent PlayStation 5 restock. Spider-Man Miles Morales, as an example, saw a 264% sales increase over in the UK, while Demon's Souls saw a 401% increase. That is quite the jump, but what this means is that actual customers did indeed buy a new PlayStation 5. You know you're not going to buy a new console and then no new games. The two does go hand in hand. So this is fantastic news, and it shows that customers are starting to beat out some of these scalpers. Some of this might be because retailers are taking extra precautions to stop automated bots, and it also could be because scalpers are making less and less money. It's no longer that holiday period, so several customers are not as inclined on paying that absurd $1,000 price tag, and I think a lot of people are just trying to be more patient now. I like that because I've made it no secret on this channel. I think it's absolutely ridiculous what we've been seeing with these scalpers. It's just not right what they're doing. I think it's shady, and I think it's sad that we're even in the situation that we're in right now. I'm just happy to know that some fans are starting to get their hands on a PlayStation 5. On to our last topic of the day though, the poll of the day. Earlier this morning I asked you, now that Mario 3D World is out, what Wii U game would you like to see get ported over to the Switch? Obviously, Nintendo has had a ton of success with these ports, so it only makes sense for them to continue doing that, and you all chose none other than Zelda Wind Waker HD as the next Switch port. Now, I would personally love that, and truthfully, I think we might actually see that this year. I'm certainly hoping so, but I would also like to see Twilight Princess HD for the Switch. Both of those would be great choices for the Switch, but one thing that I saw in the comments was that a few of you don't like the idea of Wii U ports. And okay, I can understand that if you had a Wii U, which I bought day one, but the sad truth is that most people did not have a Wii U. I think it had some great games, and it is an underrated console in my opinion, but the Wii U was an abysmal failure. So when these games get ported over to the Switch, they're basically brand new games for a lot of people. As I mentioned yesterday, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold more than double the total units sold for the Wii U, and yeah, Mario Kart 8 was on the Wii U. So I think the smart decision would be to bring all of these games over and give them a second chance on a much more successful console. Now that doesn't necessarily mean to stop making new games. Nintendo will continue to make new games as we've seen already, but this could be a nice complement on top of those new games. Anyways though, that's it for this episode, but if you liked the video, don't forget to bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Also, if you'd like to support the channel through Patreon, thank you for making this content possible. Peace out.